Hello and welcome to Control Cyber Pitch for this round 19 clash between Melbourne City and Canberra United. A massive matchup for both these teams with lots on the line. For Canberra United, an opportunity to move top of the Ninja A-League ladder if they get a win and improve on their goal difference. And for Melbourne City, a chance to really extend their lead at the top of the league table, and they could close out the premiership by their next game if they can continue to do well. But it's going to be a tough matchup between these two sides. Canberra United, they were 2-1 winners last time these sides faced off. So look at some of the teams. Adelaide United still in contention as well, sitting in second, 29 points. They had a good win earlier this round. But still that race to find themselves into the finals with only 4 games left after this round. Tough matchup for both these sides. There are some notable absences from both these teams. Holly McNamara and Michelle Heyman absent due to international duty with the Matildas at the Asian Cup, which is going on at the moment. So these sides will have to make through. And for Melbourne City, Michael Matriciani is going to make 2 changes to his 11. As I mentioned, Holly McNamara is unavailable, so he brings in Leah Davidson and Alexia Apostolakis, who replace Letitia McKenna and Holly McNamara. So Letitia McKenna moving to the bench, and Laura Hughes has also returned to the Max A squad after being unavailable last game. One of the stars for Melbourne City this season, Aideen Keane. She used to be a Canberra United player, was there with them last season. She scored 4 goals so far in this campaign. She's the second top scorer for Melbourne City. And without Holly McNamara, who's the league's top scorer, there'll be a lot of pressure on Keane to find the net and really create for this City side. They've been so dominant. This is a new player who's found a lot of confidence. Used to play at Sydney FC as well. Has moved around the Ninja A-League in her early career, but has seemed to have found new life at Melbourne City this season. And for Canberra United, Angela Jagrenek makes 1 change to his side. Obviously, with Michelle Heyman unavailable, it means there was a spot available, and Emma Hawkins comes in to replace Heyman. Jasmine Wardlow, who was unavailable in the last game with hamstring issues, she's back on the bench. Sasha Grove, who's been one of the best players for Canberra United, she's also starting on the bench as well. So a lot of firepower in terms of Grove. Sandale, Cardi Demizio, you know, what she can do with late game situations. There's Sasha Grove holding the bottles, but next to her, in the crowd of those bodies, is Emma Hawkins. See her just through that gap where Chiara Di Demizio is. Hawkins has only scored 1 goal so far in this league campaign and got 1 assist as well. It hasn't really been the season the American would have wanted or would have expected moving to the Ninja A-League for the first time. But she's certainly not shy of confidence. She's getting in the right positions, but just the ball is not finding the back of the net. Can that change for her in this game, which is really important for Canberra's season? Really, they try and lock up a position for the finals.
3, 1, 2, 3.
There's Michael Matriciani, head coach of Melbourne City, and it's his birthday today. Can you imagine, top of his birthday wish list would be a Melbourne City win, make life a lot easier for them, particularly with a mid-week matchup, a chance to wrap up the league, and really push their lead at the top of the table, further ahead. The referee, Isabel Mosson, assistant referees, Lucy Hungerford, Claire Green as well, our 4th official, Caitlin Williams. There's Anthony Jagrenek, head coach of Canberra United. He's done a really good job with Canberra in those recent seasons, but this year it's really seemed to have clicked for this team. Trying to make it back to their first finals campaign since the 2021 season. She is a team where got a lot of players who've maybe found new life for Canberra United after being disregarded by their former sides. And we don't need you anymore, but they found at home at Canberra and are finding a lot of success at the moment. We are too far away from kicking off here at Control Cyber Pitch. between Melbourne City and Canberra United, and Canberra get us going. Play it immediately back, and it's a great opportunity to welcome in the commentary booth with me Ninja A-League legend, Sydney FC legend, Teresa Polias. A massive match for both these teams.
Thanks for the welcome, Pakua. Yeah, really interesting contest out there today. There's so much at stake for both teams with positioning on the ladder. You know, finals aren't too far away either. The fixture for both teams in the next match, they both come up against Adelaide United. Melbourne City have that midweek game, so Adelaide are hot on their tails as well. So much to play for today. It'll be a great battle.
It really will be an important battle for both these teams. How Adelaide started their season a little bit slower, but they could be a massive hurdle for both these sides as they try to lock up their positions for the finals, and also you want that home final as well. So important how these teams go, particularly with those Matilda stars unavailable. How will they fare without them? Yes, that's cleared by Sally James. She's also up against her former side, used to play for Melbourne City. It is really something to enjoy life at Canberra. Postelakis, she's one of the returning faces. She tries to play it down the line, and Riley Henry gets on it. Rosbach back to Postelakis. Stott has to be mindful and plays it back to Mires. So we know this City side, they dictate so much of the possession, have so much control, but Holly McNamara has been a real key for them to unlock their creative attacking flow, and without her, how can they fare?
Well, there's no denying how important a cog she is in this Melbourne City system. So, yeah, huge absence out there in Holly Mack today, but I think they've got enough firepower out there. 18 Keen's been having a fantastic season. She's really stepped up. She's assisting, she's scoring. Great opportunity, Shelby McMahon. She, will answer that call as well. So they've still got plenty of quality out there. I don't think it should be an excuse for them, and I don't think they'll be using it as one.
You know their ambitions last season. They undefeated, got the premiership, but they fell before the final hurdle, losing to the Central Coast Mariners. Didn't even make it to the final game. The premiership's nice to have, but they ultimately want that championship.
That's right. I think they'd be happy with that premiership. They're in a good position to go on and win that again, but it's that championship that they've just been falling, as you said, at the last hurdle. So they'll be really keen to put themselves in the best position to have a crack at the championship again this year.
Postelakis, McMahon to fight her way through. Tight, congested game, and Gordon. Steady midfield presence and the cheeky nutmeg. And a free kick for her side.
Well, Bethany Gordon, what a season she's having in green for Canberra United. And look, smart foul there. She's drawn the foul, went for the nutmeg. It was a overhit. She went down. She did get a little bit of contact, but that's a really intelligent play from her in the middle. She enjoys getting stuck in all games, so she'll be extremely important for Canberra United today. They need to get her on the ball. She's scoring goals as well this season, so big game for Bethany Gordon.
Absolutely. Taylor Otto now in possession. She'll happily just go for a little bit of a stroll. I want her teammates to find an option for her. And the Rovers. And City just a little bit forced to retreat. Mires, it's a dangerous touch as Hawkins was lurking. Now Postelakis. Happily play the ball through their back line, take their time.
You can see the composure at the back there. Rebecca Stott under immense pressure. Canberra United really trying to press, but she's ever cool, calm and collected, and City managed to get out. But also after that break, during the Asian Cup, teams are back. But this is such a huge clash to have after a little bit of time off from the competition. So possibly a few cobwebs out there for both teams that they'll try and get out in the first stages of the match.
Really a 3-week break between play. This game was, I think, 20th for Canberra United. So they play the ball into the box, but that's headed high and a little bit wide. Good pressure applied. So Canberra getting some reward, and they'll get their first corner of the game.
Well, it's a good start from Canberra. They're pressing well. They did get the better of Melbourne City the last time the teams met with a 2-1 win, so perhaps becoming a bit of a grudge match this fixture.
They have certainly looked more positive to start this game as they did in that first game back in round 7. Sasaki. It's a flat delivery. There's numbers there for Canberra, but it will be forced out. There's Christopherson, Taylor Young. It's headed back, but immediately the numbers surround Devin Jackson. Olasino. Inviting ball for Hawkins, but well shielded by Apostolakis. Will happily give up a corner.
That was an intelligent ball in behind from Olasino. We know the pace that Hawkins has, and she applied the pressure on Apostolakis there and has drawn a corner. So very positive and dominant start, I would say, from Canberra. They need to get their execution right. Sasaki, not a fantastic first corner. She can make up for it in with a second go here.
Bethany Gordon providing a shorter option, but Sasaki likes to go the longer delivery, but it only gets to the near post, but it'll fall to Bethany Gordon. Christopherson. Taylor Young just tried to feed it straight to the feet of Hawkins, but that ball too hard to control. Taylor Young, another player who's having a good season with Canberra. It really has been a combined team effort for this Canberra United team. That's why they have found themselves in the place they are on the league table.
She's had great development in this league from when she started, Hayley Taylor Young. I'd say she's now one of the more experienced Canberra United players that they call upon in big games. Consistency of hers has been built over time, and she's having the best season she's had since she started, so she'll be wanting to continue that today.
Robus, it's the feed of Hawkins, who's making a real nuisance of herself to the Melbourne City defence. Played for the University of Oklahoma, the Oklahoma Sooners. That's where she spent her college career, Hawkins. Ramirez. Going long, headed down by Christopherson. So Sasaki into the path of Christopherson, who's just committed a foul.
Christopherson up against 18 Keane there, and I expect a few more duels in this game between the two.
Their options, it's Danielle Turner over the ball. James making sure she can still see the line of the ball, and it's headed away by Taylor Young. Got good depth on the ball, but there just was no Melbourne City players there to attack the ball.
Canberra United just a little bit more proactive at getting onto that second ball.
Apostolakis ran into a little bit of trouble. Gordon just chipping the ball up in the air, and It's not working now. Emma Hawkins, can she use her pace before it goes out of play? And even she knew there was just too much on the ball to be able to track it down.
Keep looking to play, Lex. Fine.
Miras. Seen them go long a few times, City. It's not what we were used to in the past. They would always go short and try and play through teams, but they've brought it more into their game. That long ball and just releasing some of that pressure. They're immediately swarmed. Sasaki drags it wide and a timely slip from Hayley Taylor-Young. Trying to make up for it, and we'll track the ball in City's defensive third.
Well, that high press for Canberra United is working wonders for them at the moment. And they know that City may go long as a result, but they're ready to win that first ball and be in that battle for that long ball. And so far, they're doing pretty well at getting the advantage there.
Anton. Riley Henry able to keep it in for City, but he will hand it straight to Emma Robers. Sasaki. Trying to create some width, and Taylor-Young, heavy touch into the path of Apostolakis. He's able to now clear it, but Canberra, they'll go again. Apostolakis has been busy in the opening minutes of this game. Hawkins. Berlicio. Fall for Gordon. Can she get the ball into the box? She can, but comfortable for Miras. Trying to break forward. Turner. Sasaki was alert to the pass. Made a quick move. City really is struggling to break their way through this Canberra United press at the moment. Miras.
They've had a longer amount of time to prepare for this game today, so you can see how organised Canberra United are in that press as well.
That's a good ball through. Has to be tracked down by Davidson. And doesn't eventually come to anything, so it will be a goal kick. James found a free teammate right in the middle of the park. And now the run from Tegan Bertolicio. That's a dangerous ball into the box. And trying to link up that time with Hayley Taylor-Young, but couldn't find her. But Gordon will be able to recycle it. Really all under the conditions of Canberra United play at the moment. It's poor though. Devin Jackson. Canberra defence having to retreat, but getting some good defensive support from Darcy Malone just to hold up City. For that final third entries, Canberra 10-3. Feel their pressure. Davidson. Apostolakis. Now into the feet of a free Shelby McMahon. Riley Henry. What can she conjure up? Well, shut out by Liz Anton. And the assistance of Tegan Bertolicio. And Hawkins was fouled by out of control Taylor Rotto.
Hawkins does really well to come deep. There's the battle between Henry and Liz Anton. Both teams a little bit scrappy in their final third. A few balls, a few turnovers in the middle of the park.
So interesting. has started a career at the Western Sydney Wanderers, moved to Melbourne City. And her time at Melbourne City is, we've seen her as a forward, and then we saw her work as a fullback. Now she's back to being a forward with some of the attacking options being unavailable, but young player already trying so many different positions, trying to find where it really works for her.
The important thing is she's playing, and great that she's building some versatility in her game, being able to play up top as a forward and more defensively as well. All the better for her and her career.
Gordon. Robers. Trying to find a clear shot on Orsino. Gets the ball into the box, and Apostolakis, she's been so often early in this game, always in the right spot for Melbourne City's defence. She seems to be the one cutting and stifling every opportunity that Canberra United have.
Her positioning is on point. Really important clearance then. Well worked from Canberra. Josie Olasino is at her best.
And Hawkins couldn't make a start on the ground. But too physical in the challenge. That ball will find its way out. Now to 18 Keane. Still that run continues, making her way past one, now two. And unable to keep her feet. It's a good run from 18 Keane. Positive signs.
Great driving run here from 18 Keane. It's what she does best. Didn't get the contact on the ball at the last moment. But more positive signs from City. If they can get the ball out to those wide players to drive forward, they can do a bit of damage.
Apostolakis back to Ramirez. And that was, not sure who that was really into particular. Devin Jackson was near the area, but that ball was not really near, and that was not as sharp from Annabelle Young.
A good battle there between Stott and Hawkins.
Do you reckon Hawkins
I don't think it was a foul, to be quite honest, but
do you reckon Hawkins
like
is
a brick
thinking,
wall she was there.
She's thinking, I've been in the weight room. I can put Rebecca Stott down. And
low centre of gravity. Very helpful.
One for the short people in the world. Really appreciate that from Emma Hawkins up against the taller Rebecca Stott.
I can definitely relate.
Turner gets past one. Looks for the switch. Taylor Young wins her one-on-one battle. Trying to attack her defensively, but she stood up to the task every time she's been called. To Taylor Young. Darcy Malone coming to support as well. Also a former Melbourne City player. Over the top, and that's a little bit wasteful.
Just not a moment for that ball over the top. The likes of Hawkins up top. It's a perfect ball for her, but at the right time, and Canberra United weren't set for that at the moment, so both teams still trying to figure out how to really get their forward three into the game and create chances.
Ramirez under pressure, and that's a loose pass. Can Canberra punish her for it? Finally getting the shot away, and a great block on the line. They'll go again, and another great block from Rebecca Stott. Twice needed. Gordon. It's those defensive mistakes and those balls from playing out from her feet from Ramirez that have come to haunt them once again.
Well, it's another organised high press from Canberra United, and this is why they want to do it. This is as close they've come as it paying off. So at times they know City are vulnerable and can get caught out. Fortunately for City, they didn't get caught out on that occasion, but that is why they'll take the risk and with a high press.
Stop there to save as Liz Anton able to disrupt the run of Aideen Keane. And that was no players in green there, but second ball will fall to Hawkins. Olasino. They find an option more centrally. There's Christopherson. Win a corner. Went at Turner and won the battle.
Smart touch in the middle of the park from Hawkins, just ensuring she's got her body between the ball and the defender, protecting the ball, and sets up Christopherson. And they earn a corner, so really intelligent play there. Started from Hawkins. Sasaki will be wanting to get a good delivery here, put a bit of pressure on City.
Previous ones we've seen have just fallen a little bit flat. Haven't really inspired a chance on goal. Can this one be a little bit better? From Nanako Sasaki. And once again, this time Anton, a swing and a miss with that shot. She'll get a second effort at it. It'll just roll to Mirez. The corner wasn't great, but they almost created a chance out of it.
Yeah, Bertolicio there did really well to tee up Anton the first time, and it came back to her from Robers. She had a second bite at it, but not enough on it to beat Mirez. But it seems as though Canberra's inching ever closer to opening the scoring.
They look the more lively is unable to bring that under control. Taylor Young getting her body in front of Briley Henry. Now Apostolakis, can she go for a little bit of run, release the pressure valve? But she'll win a free kick. That will be just as good.
Kicking the ball away. Transition foul and kicking the ball away.
Well, Matriciani, he's asking for the yellow card. Here's where the foul occurred. And she kicked the ball away, so he's querying the refs as to why there's no yellow card being shown there.
Feeding the ball to Henry, cutting it across. James probably did that a couple of times when she was at Melbourne City training. Stifling the attacking opportunities of City.
Well, it's well worked here from City. They need to get Briley Henry on the ball more. They did so that time, but safe hands from Sally James. She's having a really strong season for Canberra United.
Taylor Young turns in, turns out, beats Apostolakis, got the cross away as Mirez trying to save him from another corner, and she does.
Carly, higher. Higher is a 10, Carly.
No. Take it. Yeah, well done. Excellent. Excellent.
Apostolakis thought she'd saved it for the moment, but that ball out to her from Mirez just put her in an awkward position. So Canberra United once again continuing to build the pressure. It feels like such a familiar tale. That first meeting, Canberra applying a lot of pressure, but offside flag had gone up. Switch out to Taylor Otto. Turner trying to get the move underway, but it was a little awkward, but they've made it work. Canberra, as they've continued to do, winning the ball back, really not allowing Melbourne City any real territory. Gordon. Robers to Anton. Bertolicio. James. Clever header, but just out of the path of Hawkins. It was the right idea, though. Sasaki. Olasino. Back to Sasaki. She found a little bit of space to attack. And being closely defended by Leah Davidson, who wins the ball back. Dispossesses Sasaki. Devin Jackson. Keane. This is one of the rare occasions for Melbourne City. They've got the ball into an attacking position. As Aiden Keane was just chopped down by Sophia Christopherson.
Yeah, frustrating foul for Canberra United. They did so well to recover and get numbers back and slow the City attack down, and Christopherson just rushes out, dives in and collects Aiden Keane. And
Melbourne City, at times throughout this season, they've been great at absorbing pressure. They haven't been at their best, and then just really hitting teams against the run of play and getting that all-important goal and just locking down in their defensive structure. Devin Jackson stands over this ball. Just sit it up, high up, like a golf shot, and that's not what you wanted. You wanted a little bit better. Rovers.
look at the start of this match, I'd say Canberra United have been the more energetic of the two teams, but you can never, ever count out Melbourne City. They are too clinical and will punish teams, whether they're playing well or not. All they need is a brilliant flash forward, which we see all the time from them, and a clinical finish, which they're definitely able to do. So I think it's a great start for Canberra in terms of executing the game plan, but if they're not able to capitalise, they'll be in a bit of trouble, I think.
This is such an important game for both of these teams. Melbourne City a chance to extend their lead at the top, and they could seal the premiership by their next game if they won that too.
Just a bit of a collision there between Liz Anton and Aideen Keane. Just holding the face there, a bit of a accidental contact to the head.
And that was wasteful from Melbourne City. A really poor pass back to Mires, and it's going to be a corner for Canberra United. This game's so important for them as well. A win. They won by, let's just say, 1 goal. They'd move into second on the table. A win by 3 goals to 0 would move them top of the Ninja A-League ladder. Only 4 games left to go after this.
There's so much at stake.
Josie Olasino take this corner. Isabel Boston just giving her final warnings. Canberra's 4th corner. It's a high ball, and that one headed away. Seems Tegan Bernalicio was the one who got her head to it first, but just couldn't keep it down.
Well, interesting changing corner takers. Perhaps Sasaki not happy with her delivery, so sometimes you opt to just change it up. You're not on that day. Better delivery from Olasino. A little far out from the goal, but she did hit a target.
Providing more of a shot. Sasaki's one's really was kind of a net zero, all things considered. Chance creation. Sasaki.
Well, I'd say every other part of Sasaki's game is fantastic today. She's had a bright start, winning the ball in the middle.
As Bethany Gordon wins it, trying to feed it through. Could she have gone a little bit more of a run for herself and taken that shot, but tried to do the team thing and make the pass?
Yeah, she chose the unselfish option there, Bethany Gordon. I thought she could have perhaps taken another touch and ripped a shot. She was in a good position.
Legs higher, higher. And more central, and more central.
Really feels like Canberra have had all the territory in their attacking third.
Losing side of it was Liz Anton for the moment, but Sasaki playing it out wide to Christopherson. It's a foot race with Leah Davidson, and it's Christopherson who wins, and it's Melbourne City players going, that should be our throw-in, but it's going to stay with Canberra United. Just wonder what's going through Michael Matriciani's head right now. This team are holding solid defensively, but they need to create some real attacking momentum to force Canberra to have to respect them and not commit so much going forward. Anton. Robers traditionally a midfielder, but some of the injuries they had last season, Canberra forced her to play more of a centre-back role, and she's been doing it quite well since then. She spoke about it in a media opportunity a little while ago about how she's enjoying that role, and it wasn't something that she was happy to do it for the team, but she's really found new life there. And has got a good partnership with Liz Anton.
Yeah, it seems like it's been an easy transition for Robers to head into that centre-back position.
Bethany Gordon thought about a shot, made the pass. Olasino. Now Robers just lifted into the air, but only as far as Olasino this time. Gordon does well to shield the ball, and the shot's deflected away. Bertolicio. Taylor Young back to Bertolicio. Gordon moving the ball quickly. Anton. Christopherson. Hawkins followed closely by Otto. Sasaki near the edge of the box, offering an option to pass, and Hawkins just got her feet tangled on top of the ball, and Taylor Otto just sits her down and clears it away for Melbourne City. Henry tries to break forward.
An outstanding job defensively from Otto there. There's the clash between Anton and Henry on that sideline.
City fans out there in the southeast of Victoria making noise, making their presence felt. Sasaki. James. So James has a quiet afternoon as danger was lurking there. James had a similar moment in the first game where she just had a shot deflected off Holly McNamara and almost went into the goal and deflected over. But that was a nervy moment. Would have got flashbacks. City have done well to win the ball up high into Canberra United territory. Jackson. Henry. Did well to block the attempted interception there as Turner was just taken out by Christopherson, who needs to be mindful. It's probably the second time we've seen that in this game already.
Yeah, she's probably lucky not to go in the book. It's her second challenge she's rushed into and committed the foul, but really organised press again from Canberra United. They've really done their homework for this clash.
And we're going to play it down off the ball, but back on their feet.
The ref got up.
Sayed Keynes, he's back on her feet, which is great to see. But for all the pressure, 35 minutes into this first half. It's still 0-0 here at Control Cyber Pitch in a game that matters so much for the context of both these teams' season. Canberra United, chance to move to the top of the table. As Melbourne City pinched the ball back in the dangerous area. Jackson and Davison just couldn't take the ball with it. Melbourne City trying to extend their lead at the top of the table. To give them an opportunity to claim the premiership in their next game against Adelaide. Midweek clash as Gordon plays it out wide. Bertolicio. Taylor Young lost her footing for a moment, but recovered, but just couldn't get that pass away to the feet of a teammate. Sparkin. Jackson. Kostelakis. Physically strong there and just ran into trouble. Such talent behind Alexia Kostelakis. Started her career at the Western Sydney Wanderers and really excelled at Melbourne City. It's a former Western Sydney Wanderers teammate in Carly Henry, but she's just down for the moment.
Drinks for her, drinks for her, drinks for her.
Here's the clash there, and Riley Henry just pulling up gingerly.
Obviously, there was a Canberra United player there, but don't necessarily feel like there was any direct contact. She just kind of pulled up.
Take the throw in, Lex. Take the throw in, taking.
She'll receive some treatment.
Get her calf, potentially.
It's a bit concerning when there isn't contact. She's gone off to the side for some treatment with the team physio.
So what's going on?
She's off the treatment.
There's just some confusion going on about if Briley Henry has to get treatment on
She didn't
the
get
side.
treatment.
Or if she has to get on the field. I think what Michael Matriciani's saying is, well, Briley Henry didn't get any treatment, so
They kicked it out.
she should be able to start, and confusion's all been sorted. Briley Henry can stay on the pitch. It's Melbourne City's ball. Sorry, Canberra United ball. Taylor Young trying to feed it to the run of Olasino. As Kylie Rossbacken had to be physically strong. That's a loose pass. Darcy Malone. Olasino. Bertolicio. Probing, trying to find an opening. And that's cut out by Leah Davidson. Jackson. Otto. And they were happy to retreat Melbourne City. Try to go again. Kostelakis asking for somebody to show an option and has to retreat again. Sparkin. Playing into space that only Canberra United players were occupying. That wayward touch will mean that City get it back.
City not dealing with that high press from Canberra United, and most of the chances for Canberra have come from pouncing on the Melbourne City mistake in their back third. So under pressure here, Melbourne City.
They just haven't shown that creative spark that we spoke about at the start. With no Holly McNamara available, who was going to step up and fill that creative void?
And that speed getting forward. I don't think they're moving the ball around as quickly as they normally would.
Leah, drop!
It's been quite static, and it's all well and good trying to be intentional with the movement, but sometimes you have to make those decisions a lot quicker. As Sally James goes for distance. Malone to Sasaki. Now, this is an opportunity for Canberra, and Mira's Peter beats Christopherson to the spot. Stop. Kostelakis. Down the line, Devin Jackson. I don't know if she intended to hold possession like that, and then there's a lock there of feet, a tangle. Play on's the call. Henry. Davidson. Surrounded and looking for a teammate. Fine stop. Kostelakis once again. Back to start. Taking their time. Rossmarkin. Henry. Sorry, Aiden Kane it was. Stott. Thought about the shot. Finding Devin Jackson. Can she bring it down? She can't. Liz Anton immediately responding, closing down the space.
You can see how desperate Liz Anton was in and around the danger area there. Straight on to Devin Jackson, gave her no space in the box. Really good defending, the exact desperation you need in a clash like this, where there's so much at stake.
Taylor Young drawing one in, and that ball too central to Apostolakis, who's really clever. Saw that Gordon was making a direct beeline for the ball as well, and just put her body in the way and caused a foul.
Plenty of pressure there on Devin Jackson. That was the earlier tangle between her and Bertolicio, and Bethany Gordon just clatters into Apostolakis. You can't deny that that was a foul.
I think actually Apostolakis has just got a little bit sick and tired of the taping that was around her knee, and was just going to play, so hopefully that's safe to do. Obviously with taping, I imagine it's there for a reason, but if it's not letting her play freely.
Yeah, it might feel a little bit restrictive and annoying her, so not too long before halftime, so I'm sure she'll be fine to get through the remaining minutes without it.
All things considered, for Canberra United, you're playing really well, but you need to punish Melbourne City when you're on top, and then for Melbourne City, they haven't played our best, but we're still 0-0 in this game.
I think they'll be over the moon that Canberra haven't been able to capitalise. They've absorbed plenty of pressure. I don't think Canberra United had a really huge chance that they missed or anything. So, yeah, very interesting halftime talks for both teams, and
looks like there's only at the moment going to be 1 minute added on to close this first half out. It's this issue of goals is not something that is unfamiliar to Canberra United. It's been their biggest Achilles heel all season. They've just struggled to find the back of the net. And so Jagrenek says, we're getting in the right spots, we're just not putting the shots away, and they need to be more clinical. Alessino. Saki want to shield the ball away from lurking Leah Davidson. James. Robers. There's calls for a free kick, but Mawson just waved it away. Play continues. Robers, that's a loose touch, and Lucky lunged in to try and make it work, and may have taken Leah Davidson as collateral damage. Taylor Young. Alicio. Through at the back. Again, Robers. Malone just with the quick pass forward, and Mires quick with it. And there's confirmation, 1 minute added on for this opening 45, which has been a lot of Canberra United, but a really important statistic that matters, 0-0 so far heading into the break. Taylor Young. Blocked by Ross Barkin. And nobody made a play for it from Canberra, so that's wasteful. Picked off by Darcy Malone. And Hawkins has to turn quickly, but Stalakis didn't get it away the first time, but the second she does. McMahon. And that's the close of the first half. Tight first half. In terms of the score sheet, 0-0, but it was Canberra United who had more of the chances, more of the opportunity, but Melbourne City holding on, holding their defensive structure. Still plenty to work on from both teams heading into the halftime break. A lot of optimism if you're Canberra United. More of the same, but we need to execute. Melbourne City can't play too much worse than we did in the first half. Things to build on as Anthony Gordon making her feelings known to Anthony Jagrenik. And at halftime it is Melbourne City 0, Canberra United 0. These are the chances in the first half.
Yeah, bright first half. I think Canberra would be the happier of the two teams, having had the ball more so in their front third, but just not able to capitalise, and a bit of a flat first half from Melbourne City.
It really was, and a good block off the line there from Becca Stott was required twice. And this easy grab for Sally James. She didn't really have to do a whole lot, as this was the kind of chances that Melbourne City were limited to. And we take a look at some of the halftime stats. 50-50 in the possession, but look at that. 0 shots on target for Melbourne
Yeah, I
City.
think you paint the picture there. I think a lot of the City possession has been at their back and middle, not so much in their front third. But Canberra United, looking at those shots, I think they'd be disappointed not to go into the sheds a goal up at the break.
That's certainly the case, but there's more to play in the second half here at Control Cyber. We'll take a break for the half-time here at Control Cyber pitch. And back here on control side of the pitch, it is 0-0 at the break. But a chance to throw it. Canberra United's American midfield spark has taken the long road to the Ninja A-League. And after a breakout season in Victoria's NPL, Michigan native Josie Olasino was recruited to the capital, and the 24-year-old is already making her mark in her first year with Canberra United.
Olasino does well. It's a good ball in, and it's found its way into the net, fortuitous.
That's a bit of miscommunication there, I think, from the Wellington Phoenix, and it's just managed to slip all the way through.
Yeah, so honestly, I'm not really sure how it happened. It kind of was just kind of like cut it. It's definitely a cross, went across it, and just, you know, sometimes the ball goes in the back of the net and it's a goal. I mean, it's definitely exciting. I mean, it was a cool environment too to do it in, and an away game as well. But yeah, I mean, everyone was super supportive and really happy, which made it feel much better. Yeah. So I just wanted to come here to kind of like get a fresh start, if that makes sense. I kind of straight out of college, I was playing in the US, and like it's a lot of the same people environment, and I think coming to Australia was something that like you always kind of hear of, and I kind of wanted to experience, and I get to travel and have fun, and it's just a new environment for me to come and explore. I mean, everyone kind of said Canberra was a bad place, but I kind of really love Canberra. I mean, there's a lot to do if you kind of venture around, and obviously the people on this team are great to hang out with outside of soccer as well. I think my first day we ran the 1.6 kilometer fitness test, so I was like, whoo, and everyone was like killing it. I was like, wow, this is gonna be tough, but yeah, I think everyone was straight off the bat, like jumped into training, super focused, ready to go.
Grove and Heyman linking up.
Like, we don't focus on individual performances, we focus on our team performance.
Gordon, a free shot on goal! And the cartwheels are coming out!
And I think when we have a solid overall team performance, that I think we can chalk that up as a success.
Fantastically worked by Canberra United.
Well, I think it's unlimited for us. It's what we put our mind to, I think. Obviously, I think our goal is to finish and get to finals, but hopefully keep doing what we're doing and we'll get there.
Now Olasino, will she look towards goal? Olasino! Well, the American has a brace, and what a strike!
What a great start to life at Canberra United for Josie Olasino. And hopefully she can maybe find the score sheet here in the second half. But first half, it's been limited opportunities. T?
Yeah, it certainly has. I think both teams have had patches in that front third. Canberra more so with that high press, and that was their best chance there, winning the ball off the high press. Sasaki with the first go, and then Hawkins. I think Hawkins has been really lively up top there. And Sasaki, she's had a bright start, getting things going, moving forward as well.
And this is really the best opportunity that Melbourne City had. It wasn't even recorded as a shot, so they still yet to have their own clean shot on goal and a shot on target, and they need to be better in the second half because the teams around them have made their mark. Adelaide United, a 2-1 win over Perth Glory. That was really important, moved into second on the table. Newcastle Jets, a 3-1 over Sydney FC. Sydney FC struggling this season, really languishing at the bottom of the league table. Wellington Phoenix, an important 3-0 victory over the Brisbane Roar, keeping them in touch with a chance for the premiership as well. And Melbourne Victory, they had a tough afternoon out against Western Sydney Wanderers. They had to work really hard, but a Holly Furphy goal getting them the win on the day. But at halftime here at control side of pitch, it's 0-0 at the break, and so important for them to make their mark. But at the moment, a really major tournament going on here in Australia, the Women's Asian Cup. They would catch all of the action on Paramount Plus and 10 as well. And Matildas into the next World Cup as well.
This isn't just a seat in the stands. It's your ticket to fearless ambition, to roar with crowds, for young fans to see heroes up close, to watch world-class skill, grit and grace. This isn't just a tournament, it's a celebration. of what's possible when the world watches women rise. Get your ticket to dream. AFC Women's Asian Cup Australia 2026.
Well, the second half will be underway soon, but start your Ninja A-League Women Heroes digital card collection for free today. Head to aleagues.com.au/heroes to register, unlock 7 complimentary player cards, and go in the draw to win one of 3 epic prizes. So scan that QR code. Get your Ninja A-League cards. Some great players in this competition, but big second half for both these teams, and Canberra United really looking to kind of progress on the threats they were creating, but they didn't create enough really goal-scoring opportunities.
Yeah, that's the missing piece to their puzzle today, is just finding that distribution in the front third and capitalising on what was a really good first half performance.
They certainly had more of the possession, more shots on target. But for all of it, Melbourne City, they held strong, and defensively, that unit didn't give too much away. But Melbourne City, for a team that was so used to their attacking flair, didn't create a whole lot.
Yeah, we'll see if it's an opportunity lost for Canberra, because I'm sure there was plenty to be said in the Melbourne City sheds at the break. Probably, yeah, a bit of a lacklustre first half for them in terms of the key metrics we saw. I mean, it's not often we don't see them with a shot on target, so I think, yeah, plenty left in the tank to come out and improve on in this second half.
There's going to be no half-time substitutions for both of these sides. They'll go with the 11 that went in the first, as Talking about Alicia and Haley Taylor-Young. I don't know what they're talking about, but it's very animated. They've combined well. That's Jaiza Uchendu, a Nigerian, who's a available substitute option for Melbourne City, an attacking threat. And there's one who's been incredibly good this season, Danella Buttress, who is just a teenager. But she's been so dynamic. And the second half, Melbourne City, they'll get us going. And that ball's just driven straight forward into the hands of Sally James. We've seen lots of kickoff routines. I don't think I've ever seen that one.
It's an interesting one, pretty much just giving the ball straight back, but perhaps Melbourne City saw Sally James not ready or off the line. I'm sure Canberra will be happy with retrieving the ball and going at Melbourne City now.
The balls had to be kicked out. Shelby McMahon took a heavy knock to the ankle, it seems. And she's back on her feet, which is good to see.
Just holding that Achilles there, just got caught. The boot of Christopherson.
Rovers back to Sally James. Saw that press a lot from Canberra United. Will Melbourne City try and press Canberra as well? Cut out by Sasaki. Darcy Malone feeding the ball through. This is perfect. Olasino around the keeper. Can't get the shot away, was forced wide. And Gordon, that pass was just a little bit too far ahead of her, but they'll go again. Hawkins. Can she get the ball in? She can, but it lost all its spark as it took a deflection through.
Lovely ball in for Olasino from Darcy Malone, and you can see the Melbourne City defenders scramble quickly, and they needed to because that was a dangerous situation. Just did really well to recover and draw Olasino away from the goal.
Malone, Olasino keeping a watchful eye. Riley Henry. Ross Barkin. Was behind Devon Jackson, and Sasaki just able to pounce on that loose pass. Olasino. Robers. Searching for an option. Christopherson will go alone, and Turner just easily deals with the threat of Christopherson.
Yeah, great defending there from Turner. Just stays on her feet. Didn't dive in. Put her body between Christopherson and the ball, and City managed to get on the attack now.
And that's a good bit of speed from Tegan Bertolicio to recover, to deny Riley Henry any real opportunity. Kostelakis. Man. Turner. This is an opportunity that they'll like Melbourne City. Robers couldn't take it away. Devon Jackson couldn't bring the ball with her. And it's just in flats. Devon Jackson just couldn't get to turn and go. Keane. Done well. Great close control. Jackson nearby, but she looks to go alone and thought she was fouled, maybe held onto the ball for too long. Isabel Mawson just waves it off, and that's poor from Canberra.
Yeah, just one touch too many from 18 Keane. Melbourne City need to move that ball around quickly.
Otto. Kostelakis. Just ran to nowhere in particular, really, Alexia Apostolakis, and just ran out of space. Apostolakis.
Chris. Yep, go on, hop. Reward Bethany.
Otto.
Yep. Excellent, well done.
Down the line and
Now
off play.
Here's that run from 18 Keane. Anton and Robers just holding their ground, and Robers picking her moment to go for the ball, and she timed it to perfection. Fantastic defending.
There's Melissa Barbieri, very vocal. She's backup goalkeeper, but also part of the coaching staff as well. We're constantly here, just giving encouragement to this young team. Keep going and maybe trying to help them with what they can't see. There's such a veteran of this game, and on Matilda as well. Gordon. Anton. Robers. Giving away cheaply to Taylor Rotto. There's Keane. Sends it forward, but Darcy Malone was getting fouled. By Leah Davidson.
A tussle here between Davidson and Malone, and yeah, you can just see Davidson had a good handful of Malone's jersey.
It's a high, deep ball. Mires heard the shout. It was Apostolakis, so Mires able to claim it cleanly. I'm going to break quickly. Henry, blocked by Bertolicio. Mires. Deep ball again and headed down, only as far as Apostolakis. Jackson. And Scott taken out by Malone. So it is Balmosson. Deems.
Perhaps just a little bit of a late catch there from Malone. Just nothing much in it, no malice certainly.
Riley Henry, they switched it from the left to the right and just came in too hard in the challenge against Taylor Young.
Yeah, Riley Henry, just a little too much there on Hayley Taylor Young. Perhaps a bit of frustration showing for Melbourne City there. A bit static.
They certainly
support, and we normally see a lot of dynamic movement, but just doesn't seem to be happening out there today for them. It's causing them trouble going forward.
They're nearing to their favourite parts of the game. Between the 61st and 75th minute, it's where they score the majority of their goals this season. They've scored 10 goals. 34% of their total in that time period. So can they find a spark? Capitalise on maybe a fatiguing Canberra United.
Well, you can see it's the same game plan for Canberra United in the second half. The question is, can they maintain it once the fatigue starts to set in?
Gordon, it's on target, but never looked to trouble Mires.
Strike on the volley from Gordon does really well to keep it down, but just couldn't generate enough power to trouble Mires.
Gordon, such a good general in the middle of the park for Canberra. Links up well with Sasaki. The move from Adelaide United. feels for Canberra, they have one of their... She's a defender by trade, but has been a real attacking force in Sasha Grove. She's on the bench still. Come on and really change the momentum. Maybe spark a little bit more into Canberra.
Both benches with plenty of firepower. Plenty of game changers to call upon. Make for a very interesting back end of this second half.
Sasha Grove there, Chiara Mizio near the fence. She's, you know what she did for Western United, particularly last season. She'd come as an impact sub and scored a few goals and won Western United games or got them points. Melbourne City, Delano Buttress. She's a dynamic threat. Davidson. There's Rossmarkin hanging out Shelby McMahon. It's been a quiet afternoon for McMahon. Kostelakis left the ball behind, but Gordon couldn't take the ball with her. Kostelakis. The tempo of this game has just certainly slowed down a little bit. Man, blocked by Robers to deny Keane the ball. Hawkins. Christopherson not able to keep it down. Back to Hawkins. Pushed that ball through. Took a deflection and ricocheted right back into the path of Melbourne City. Now Jackson. Took a deflection off Robers and Anton coming across like a good centre-back partner, helping Emma Robers out.
Well, Anton has been so proactive today. She's cleaned everything up. It's come her way. Step ahead when reading the attacking threat from Melbourne City.
Boyfriend is Anton. So much experience from a Perth Glory player as well. Sasaki. It's just so interesting to see the shots. Melbourne City finally registering their first shot of the game. Canberra United 6, but it feels like they should have more. It feels like they should have more of a threat on goal. As Mires has to retreat, has to be mindful. Only as far as Olasino, but the touch wasn't able to be controlled. Jackson to Otto.
Well, those to me are danger signs for Canberra United. They haven't been able to capitalise on a good performance yet. They've slightly dropped off in this second half, and I just think they're opening the door for Melbourne City to... All they need is one good transition forward and a good finish, and City are very much in this game.
Comfortable sitting in this kind of game state. They've done it for a side that are so lethal in front of goal with the player like Holly McNamara. They spent a lot of game states like this where they just kind of have to dig deep and grit their teeth. They're comfortable here. Yes. They win a free kick. They'll sit like this and then just wait for that one opportunity.
There's a foul on Devon Jackson. Bertolicio coming in really heavily at the back there, tripping her up. But yeah, look, Melbourne City are, as they've always been, calm under pressure, and although they don't have Holly Mack to come on potentially and do the job, I think there's plenty of other options there. Buttress, McKenna, Hughes can come on and settle the game. Uchendu, what a bench.
Jackson, that's a bit short. Sasaki finds Christopherson, who just couldn't bring the ball under her control. Jackson once again. Rossmarkin. Sparkin had a busy 3 weeks. She was part of the Dub Zone panel there as well with Grace Ma. Great conversations. That ball's fed through for City. Otto, she's found herself high up on the pitch, but it's a corner. That's more like it if you're Melbourne City.
Well, this is a big opportunity for Melbourne City. Taylor Otto linking up with Leah Davidson, and the attempt at a cross results in a corner.
It's more than what we've seen from City throughout this game, as Charlie McMahon is back up on her feet, and sorry, Chiara Di Domizio is going to come on and replace Nanako Sasaki. So that's an attacking-minded change. Sasaki in the midfield, Di Domizio will occupy a little bit of a higher position. Di Domizio moved from Western United after off-season with that club. Now trying to fight for game time at Canberra United. Ball sitting high in the air. James misses it! And Melbourne City, and who else but 18 Keane to get them the all-important lead, and how crucial that could be for their season. Sally James could not get a punch to it. And 18 Keane finds her header in the back of the net.
Well, this is what City do. Great ball in from Devon Jackson, and 18 Keane, what a finish. What a finish with her head. She wanted it more. Great stuff from, well, it's been a bit of a poor start for City in this game, but they hang in there, they stay calm. And now they're 1 up.
It's the player we talked about at the start of this broadcast, her 5th goal of the season. But I've got to say, that is a 30 seconds that Chiara Di Domizio was not like. She was the player marking 18 Keane, had just been brought on and just lost her as Keane went for the header.
Well, it's always interesting subbing on during a corner. It's always dangerous, and Anthony Jagrinek decided to go for it. We know Di Domizio is an absolute super sub, but yeah, it's always tricky bringing a sub on during a set piece or a corner. Very dangerous, and Melbourne City capitalised on it.
Absolutely, and she just couldn't get that front-on position in front of Keane, who just leapt a little higher, and didn't help Di Domizio that Sally James just missed the ball when she went for it. And it's just that same case for Canberra United. So often this season, they've had possession, they've dominated, but they just haven't been able to find the ball into the back of the net. And that is why they've only scored 25 goals. It feels like they should have scored more.
I think this game really shows that. As much as they were able to execute a good game plan, they couldn't capitalise. I think they sensed that with the Di Domizio change that have dropped off in this second half. They need a bit more energy out there, and she certainly brings that energy. But had they waited just that extra minute or two, perhaps they could have avoided conceding off a set piece.
Headed down by Hawkins. Can they respond? Orsino charging through like a bull and headed back out. And so Bethany Gordon down on the ground, but no free kick. Jackson, that goal has really sparked to life Melbourne City. Ross Sparkin. Got Briley Henry calling for it. That ball's whipped through, and Keane's waiting for it. And not able to save it in time.
Where was this energy earlier from Melbourne City? Nicely whipped cross in from Rostbacken, but there's no Melbourne City player in that area.
Keane. Tussle with Sophia Christopherson.
It's certainly given them a boost in confidence, scoring. Now they're in the driver's seat, Melbourne City. I'd imagine they'll now want to dictate possession and the tempo of this match, which we know that's their style. So it's going to take a huge effort here for Canberra United to come back. But we've seen them do that before as well.
Absolutely, they just they need that moment. They've done well in the middle third. They've had the possession, but just that final third, that pass, and just haven't been able to create enough space for themselves to really get a shot away. And now it's going to be even harder. Melbourne City will be comfortable to sit in a block. Olsino. There's Taylor Young just under pressure from actually Apostolakis, who's going to be leaving the field of play very soon. Darcy Malone. And just not on the same page as Hawkins. Went for the pass and Hawkins went back. Neres. Trying to just clear the danger, and certainly does that time.
What a challenge there from Bethany Gordon. Just strong as ever. Body on the line.
So there's confirmation. Actually, Apostolakis is going to go off for Letitia McKenna. So
That's right.
maybe Kylie Rossmarkin will head into a defensive position with McKenna into the midfield. Have to wait and see how that plays out.
Well, I don't think Melbourne City will be comfortable with just the 1-0 lead. I think they've got to give a little more before they start to manage the game.
McKenna, she's capable of scoring, good creator in the middle of the park.
Easy, Dave! Wait, Dave! Yes, I
Anton.
Stay narrow, stay narrow.
Robers feed that ball into the feet of Darcy Malone.
Well, all of a sudden, we're hearing a lot more from Michael Matriciani on the Melbourne City bench as well. That goal's got him sparked up.
What a goal can do for the vibes and the momentum of a team. Just change the energy. Now Canberra United, they're under pressure, and Devin Jackson is going shoulder to shoulder with Liz Anton.
Lock centrally, Dave! Lock centrally, Dave! T-shirt the right 10! T-shirt the right 10! Good, AD. Good, AD.
Bertolicio.
Talk to Leo, talk to Tish. Talk to Tish.
Hawkins able just to ease past Briley Henry. Not much effort.
Dev, we need you!
Hawkins.
25, Dev, if you can!
That's a high ball. It's deep, and there's a runner there in Christopherson. He's getting there late. Come on to Keane. Bertolicio. Robers. Christopherson. Turner was lunging. Alessino did well. Now Di Domizio. Is she going to be able to save it? She is. Sends it straight across, but cut out, and Di Domizio actually didn't save it in time, so go back for a goal kick. Well, Canberra United also going to make some subs, so it's going to be Darcy Malone coming off to be replaced by Sasha Grove. So see how Canberra shake up their shape with Grove coming in, who is typically a fullback.
Hey guys!
But she is such an attacking threat. It is. I have to say, it is a little bit surprising that Sasha Grove wasn't starting this game with the season that she's had for Canberra United. She's been good defensively, and she's provided them an option going forward attacking-wise.
Exactly my thoughts, Pakua. I think Grove's been outstanding this season, but I think so has everyone else. So perhaps a bit of a selection headache for Yagarinek in terms of who to start in each match.
Domizio losing out. Jackson. Quick and alert movement from Olesino. Now Emma Robers doesn't usually get this far forward. Hawkins, and that's just wide. It's her first real shot away from Emma Hawkins.
Well, that's better play from Canberra United. And a really intelligent early cut inside. She's so sharp on the ball, Hawkins. Just not enough on the shot there.
And one and only goal coming in the reverse fixture at home. It's the first one. She's does all the little things right in the game. She will get the ball and can find teammates where it's center of gravity, but just the goals have just been eluding her as Aideen Keane is down on the ground. And
well, a few exchanges of words between the Canberra bench and Aideen Keane. Perhaps not happy that she's gone down, but
Melissa Barbieri wasn't happy either and defending her teammate. She's back on her feet, which is great to see. This does provide an opportunity. Michael Machishani was using it, have a chat to Isabel Mosson. Saying, these are the things I don't like. These are the things I want you to be looking out for.
well, these are things that can shift the momentum in a game as well. So it might be an advantage for Canberra United that the play has stopped. They were set, though, for that high press that they've been deploying in this game.
And imagine that's going to be the last we've seen of Aideen Keane. And Aideen Keane off for Danella Buttress. So Buttress coming on. This full season, which has made an impact of sorts. And just 19 years of age.
Good.
It's a score and the Ninja Ray League, but has been a goal scorer in the Asian Champions League. It's been a useful player for them there. Jackson just got barged into the back of her, Hawkins. And Leah Davidson standing tall. And now chance to run. Grove. Bertolicio, Taylor Young. That's a nicely weighted ball into the path of Groves. He cuts it across. The substitutes trying to link up. Dita Mizio just couldn't direct it goalward. That's Sasha Grove.
There's the quality you get from Grove, getting in behind and putting in a pinpoint cross. Dita Mizio knew what a good opportunity that was. Hard angle, but we've seen her score from those positions before.
Really, it's that pressure from Rebecca Stott right behind her to really put her off. McKenna over the top into the path of Henry. Okay, gets it again, quick play. And Henry saw it, tried to cut back inside, but just lost the ball out from under her feet.
It seems as though the game management has started for City. They're in no hurry to get the ball going from throw-ins.
Take their time. Make this game hard for Canberra United to really build any momentum as James rises. Really, besides that goal, we have not seen a lot of Sally James. The ball has not been near her at any instance as Grove just wants to use her acceleration, use her pace, and Buttress chasing her down. And does a good job, Danella Buttress, to not allow that cross through to the box.
It's a great battle here between the two subs. Great quality, and Buttress does really well to stay in touch with Grove and block the cross. Although it goes out for a corner.
Who you got, Brian?
In the mixer.
Dev, good Dev.
Right in
Good
there.
Dev, you got it, Dev.
You're the winner.
You got it, Leah. Hey, Rev!
And it's going to get called back as Christopherson and Devon Jackson just got tangled.
Corner, set up.
These Players still fighting their case. Always interesting when players do that. I don't think I can recall a time where referees changed their mind from player persuasion. Deep ball, and Di Domizio was there again. And off the ball, there was some shouts, but Di Domizio rose the tallest and just couldn't keep the ball down.
Perfectly placed corner kick. Di Domizio again with the chance. They're knocking on the door, Canberra.
Miras.
Drop off, Hayley. Good. Let's go, Chin. Come on.
Finish that game off. Finish that game off.
Less than 15 minutes of regular time to go in this game. So much on the line for Melbourne City. 3 points are absolutely crucial. Extend their lead at the top of the Ninja A-League ladder. And get them to 33 points if they can hold on to the 3 here. And Riley Henry wants to put it away. Tried the pass into Woodruss, and the follow-up was too high. Leah Davidson, who's been here, there and everywhere in this game.
Well, Melbourne City are picking their moments to go, and this was a great opportunity.
James. Monosino. Domizio. Acrobatics in the air. Fighting forward, battling. Grove couldn't bring it with her, and it'll stay with Canberra. Grove wants to move it quickly. Di Domizio kept her feet on the ground. McMahon getting in the way, and McMahon coming away with it. It's nicely worked by Shelby McMahon. Riley Henry now. Well, Devin Jackson a little bit further ahead. That's where the pass will go, but left too much space for Liz Anton to block. Rossmarkin. That's a whipped ball in, and James was behind it the whole way through, and no City player really made the run anyway.
Just that delayed run at the near post from Davidson.
Turner. Woodruss. Got past Taylor Young the first time, and then it really was a shoving contest, and referee Isabel Mawson saying, both of you doing it to each other, but that's not what Michael Matriciani thought.
Well, I think referee Isabella Mawson got that right. Yeah, there was contact, but I don't think it was unfair contact. Shoulder to shoulder, I think Woodruss may have milked it a little bit there.
So another game without a goal for Emma Hawkins. She comes off. And we see Jasmine Wardlow and Sienna Dale both come on.
Good, Briley, half and half. Just there, Bright.
Just look for confirmation. Second Canberra United player, Tegan Bertolicio it was, who came off as well in that most recent substitution window. So Tegan Bertolicio, Emma Hawkins off for Jasmine Wardlow and Sienna Dale, both attacking-minded changes.
Riley, half and half. Beware for that one. Just half and half. Help the midfield. Nicely.
Turner. Blocked. Robers. He's poked away. It's cheaply given possession to Canberra. Now Sienna Dale. Can she use her acceleration to get past Rebecca Stott? Rebecca Stott uses her experience to hold her position and just force young forward further ahead of the ball and just took it away from her.
Yeah, great defending there from start against Sienna Dale, who's fresh. She's come on, she's quick.
That ball too much on it. Comfortable for Mires.
Long ball, long ball. Set, KB.
Oh, two? At the same, I have to be at the same time, yeah?
Wardlow, first time we've seen her get involved in the play. Former Central Coast Mariners defender in the inaugural season. Looks like Chineza Uchendu is going to come on as well. With 10 minutes to go in this game. So Michael Matrichani still continuing to apply that pressure. Wants more goals. Melbourne City have a midweek game. So those rotations would be important as well. Keep players fresh. Dale.
Drop them in!
No.
11, get to 11, 7! Stay there, Dave! Block her! Easy, Dave! Slide!
Anton.
Yes, Shelby!
Taylor Young. Canberra, they need to find an answer. Need to push here. Olasino. Need movement. Forcing Otto to retreat. Needs to make the passes quicker. They need to move the ball quicker. Grove looked to be off, and that's... I just imagine, as a coach, that must be frustrating. Sasha Grove was quite clearly in an offside position, and those are the kind of mistakes you just can't be making.
Yeah, those are the frustrating errors when your team has worked so hard to win the ball back and get into a good attacking position, and just a very easy offside like that.
We're going to see some more substitutions. So, Leah Davidson and Shelby McMahon, they're going to depart the field of play for Laura Hughes and Chineza Uchendu. By Nigerian international.
Tish, you're with Tuesday.
Has gone on the score sheet just once so far this season. He's been in and amongst it. She's immediately nudging Liz Anton comfortably off the ball. Now Briley Henry, can she control the pass? She couldn't get it done and couldn't get a shot away, but she'll retain possession. Ball high into the box, and Chineza Uchendu on for just less than a minute and gets Melbourne City their second goal and doubles their advantage. Riley Henry immediately repaying the favour, and Uchendu in the right place and the right time for a second goal of the season.
Well, it was a timely substitution for Melbourne City. Briley Henry, persistence up top, and a wonderfully placed cross, and Uchendu wanted it most, placed herself brilliantly, and what a finish. City go 2 up.
And she really started that play. She worked incredibly hard to get Liz Anton off the ball and nudged her. Switched the play out to Riley Henry, and then Riley Henry got the ball back, and Uchendu was the only one who kept her feet on the ground.
And that's just such a strength of her game, isn't it? That physicality. And she really caught Canberra United off guard.
Just using her strength, and that is an important goal. Gives them a little bit more comfortability in the game state as Sasha Grove goes bursting forward, and that was a nice ball. Gordon gets her shot away, it's a deflection, and instantly Canberra United respond. Bethany Gordon, they've been just dying for an opportunity on goal.
Well, it's the Canberra United way. They don't give up. So this is the perfect response. Sasha Grove, another brilliant cross in. Sienna Dale has the first go at it, and Bethany Gordon was the one ready for that second ball. And she gets the finish. Great response.
Looks like it takes a deflection off Taylor Otto, who's just standing in front of goal, and Not enough time to space for Mires to respond. But now this game, for so long, he was wishing for a goal, hoping that one of these teams would be sparked to life. And 2 goals in the span of 2 minutes. How important that Uchendu goal before the Canberra United one could be. Robers. Canberra United still trying to keep their chances and hopes alive of maybe a premiership. As Mires comfortably grabs it, brings it down. Now really is about game management for Melbourne City.
It certainly is. So really important for Canberra to keep the ball in play, get forward. There's still time for them to equalise.
Henry. Still just losing her footing, and Jasmine Wardlow able to take it with her and just run out of space. She's just calling for somebody to come a little bit closer, help her out to get that ball released.
Yeah, I think Canberra United would be extremely frustrated at this point. They put in a great performance and things were looking really promising for them in this game, but as we know, City always calm and are able to take their moments.
Right now it's looking like both these teams will just split the points this year. Canberra United winning at home. Melbourne City looking at the moment like they're going to get the 3 points at home. Uchendu kept herself onside. Can she get a shot away? She does. Uchendu! Chineza Uchendu! 2 goals for the substitute. And what a goal it was. That is a beautiful strike. She took it in stride.
Well, this is as clinical as it gets. 2 strikes, 2 goals. She's just come on as a sub. What a performance from Uchendu.
What a performance when her side needed it most. Every time there's been a little bit of pressure, Chineza Uchendu, the Nigerian, standing strong, and Michael Matrichani must be patting himself on the back for making those changes.
Well, they've been timely changes and really disrupted Canberra United at the back.
Wow. What a strike. There's no chance that Sally James is going to get to it, but can Canberra respond once again from being down? This time, Melbourne City deal with it a little bit better. Taylor Young. Cleared. Uchendu. Hat-trick a chance to get that. Turner. Grove. Winning in a dangerous area and just headed up from Scott. Uchendu not able to bring the ball with her. Olasino can't find the gap.
Easy, easy. Yes, Danny. Second defender.
Biedemizio blocked and take all the sting out of it to find the hands of Mires. Taylor Young.
Nice, Chi. You've done enough, Chi. That's all you gotta do.
Mires. Easy grab. And just taking more time out of it. Bad strike from Chineza Uchendu. Really showing different variety in her attacking skill set. On a header and then that beautiful long-range effort.
Should be on an absolute high out there. I think she would just want to get on the ball and have a go. Incredible.
That's what you want from your substitutes, to just make an impact and disrupt it. And it really is the tale of the substitutes as Emma Robers tries and brings it forward. There's 6 minutes left. Anthony Jagrenek made his substitution to bring Chiara Mizio on, and she lost the run of 18 Keane, who scored the opening goal in this game. And then Michael Matriciani, the substitute, bringing Shaneza Uchendu on, who scored 2 goals to extend Melbourne City's lead at 2 crucial points in the game. As that ball's missed everybody and then eventually swatted away. Hughes. Henry.
Underneath the teach.
Jackson. Such an important win for Melbourne City by Adelaide during the middle of the week, and Chendu, clever flick out, and Kylie Rossmarkin just couldn't get the pass away and just comes barging in on Sienna Dale. Taylor Young. Buttress went to ground, won the ball. Play will continue. It's a strong challenge. Sasha Grove on the end of it, and down on the ground, maybe just hit her head on the ground. She fell.
Ooh, that's a heavy fall there. Just hit her head as she's fallen after that challenge.
Buttress happy to do the defensive duties as well. Wants to keep the intensity, but good that Sasha Grove is back on her feet. That's #1 priority. Uchendu just ran into traffic and just budged Anton off. It's the second time we've seen those two get into a battle as Taylor Young just knocks Buttress off. Hughes. Deflected off Olasino.
Getting pretty spicy out there with a few heavy challenges. Both benches vocal.
Uchendu.
Get close, Danny. Get close.
Gonna stay with Canberra. Canberra United, it's only a few games left in this season. Need to lock up a place in the finals. 3 games left to go. Fourth on the table, 27 points. So working Central Coast Mariners in 7th, who are on 22 points. But a real danger. I feel confident they can retain their place, and certainly would love to get a home final. It's going to be a really interesting final day in this competition. Olasino. Henry. Christopherson gave her no space. Mizio. It's going to be another throw in. Chandu. Just trying to head it for distance. Mizio in a tight space, and bodies on the ground, bodies flying. Jackson. Chendu. Slowly dispossessed. And that's advantageous for Dita Mizio, who just couldn't keep that ball down, just kept rising.
She struck it well. Not on target.
Tuck in towards the midfield.
There's less than a minute to go here at Control Cyber Pitch. Melbourne City a 3-1 advantage. Seen 4 goals in the second half. They were not great in the first half at all. They really struggled. Canberra is another case of them not taking their opportunities when they're ahead.
That's exactly right, Pakua. That's what it came down to. That high press for Canberra was really working. And up until Melbourne City scored against the run of play, things were going great. And then once City got in front, they just dictated the tempo and controlled the game, as they so often do.
They're doing this without Holly McNamara, who's away with the Matildas. As Butchers thought she was brought down. And Michael Matriciani with some strong language, and he's not pleased at all with the refereeing, even with the game nearing an end. But it doesn't matter. It is Melbourne City who get the 3 points. Substitute Chinezo Uchendu came on and made such an impact. Melissa Barbieri loves the effort. 2 goals from the sub. Canberra United so dominant for portions of this game, T, and they just couldn't capitalise. But Melbourne City one step closer to that premiership.
Exactly right. But that substitution, Uchendu, she came to play today, and sometimes it takes an outstanding performance from a particular player, and that's what we saw today from Uchendu.
She's only had 1 goal throughout the season, but 2 all-important goals to help Melbourne City 3, Canberra United 1. And it's that midweek game that Melbourne City, they're going to take on Adelaide United. It's so important in that fixture, but they could claim that premiership. But Canberra United, they've also got Adelaide. They are going to be proved to a massive step for both these teams.
There's some huge clashes coming up in the coming weeks, and nothing's set yet, Pakua. It's a really exciting finish to the end of the season in terms of ladder positions. Is so important.
Yes, Melissa Barbieri is such a vocal member of that bench, constantly encouraging this side. They have a goal. It's been so long since this team has lifted that ultimate silverware. And close last year, but just not far enough. But Canberra United can't be understated.